because that would be an absolute embarrassment. What makes this statement, I think, even worse is that this had to have been something recent. Because if they've been working on this for a while, this has always been a plan of theirs, they would have had at least some screenshots to release, if not a trailer. But the fact that we're only getting these buzzwords that mean nothing until they show us what they plan on doing, I think this was just put together. And if that's the case, this might just be a very huge disappointment.
At Living Spaces, we're ready to help you outfit your room. Introducing free 2-day shipping on all furniture directly to your front door and with minimal contact. Just go to livingspaces.com for details or to start shopping.
In today's video. What's up, everyone? Welcome back to another GTA Online video, and this has been a question I've seen a lot of obviously newer players ask, because GTA Online has been out for what, 6.5 years now, and even though Rockstar continued to update it and there have been more players than ever, now a lot of newer people who are either wanting to pick up the game or have picked up the game want to know, is it worth it? Hopefully I can answer that with this video. We will start with the cons first, and honestly, look, GTA Online has a bunch of cons. That's the one thing you need to know going into the game. It's great, it has a lot of things to do, we'll touch on those in the pros section of this video, but because Rockstar didn't intend for GTA Online to be as big as it is, it has a bunch of issues. So, what are the cons? Number one, and this is just something you're going to have to deal with because it's GTA, because it's a multiplayer game, really, griefers, and sort of the toxicity of the players. Some players aren't toxic, of course, but most players in a public lobby will be toxic, and they will try and grief you, which, you know, means they're going to try and blow you up, they're going to try and kill you over and over again. There are ways, obviously, to combat this, but you are going to run into griefers at a certain point. And if you're on PC, you have the addition of running into modders, because modders, they're not in every single lobby, but Rockstar's anti-cheat isn't that great, so you will eventually see a modder if you're playing on PC. And sometimes those modders can be bad, sure, but other times they can actually be kind of fun and kind of good. They can either, you know, drop money if you're looking to sneak some money past Rockstar. They can sometimes spawn crazy looking vehicles and UFOs and stuff, so there can be some fun to be had with the modders, but odds are you will come across a modder if you're on PC and griefers if you're on console or even PC. The second con is that GTA Online is not even close to being balanced. It probably is one of the most unbalanced games in gaming at the moment. And it's really unfortunate Rockstar haven't done anything to combat this unbalancedness, because there's one vehicle in particular that is just so good and so overpowered, and that is the Oppressor Mark II. That is the flying bike that has the rocket boost, it has missiles on it, it has flares, it's really quick to get around the map. It is just overall one of, if not the best vehicle in the game. And a lot of griefers and a lot of those toxic players end up using this because it's so easy to get kills with. So that's a vehicle that pretty much everyone tries to get. Like, that's the top of the line. And it's unfortunate because not only for the reasons I just mentioned, people killing each other, but it's also unfortunate because it means that most of these other vehicles that are in the game, just, they're not worth it. Because it's like, why go out of my way to get these other vehicles when this Oppressor Mark II bike is just so much better? So there is the unbalancedness in the game, and again, you're just going to have to deal with that and know that going in. Businesses in the game, all the businesses, there's a bunch of them. and they all make you money. But the problem is that most of them are pretty repetitive, and they're definitely grindy. If you do not want to grind for money in GTA, then honestly, GTA Online might not be for you. GTA, because of the way Rockstar's made the economy, is very, very grindy. Unless you buy shark cards, but that's spending real life money on the game, and I know some people don't want to do that. And speaking of these businesses, some of them actually aren't too solo friendly. So if you are playing by yourself, then some of these businesses are just not going to be viable for you. Now, some of those issues that I mentioned, there are many loading issues with the game. Because the game, again, wasn't really made for what it is now, the loading is terrible. Like, sometimes you'll spend freaking 5 minutes in a loading screen, and it's the worst. And honestly, that's not going to change until they release GTA Online 2. The loading in the game is just not good. The way they have it structured, where it's like a peer-to-peer network, it's not like actually on a server, it makes things lag a bunch, and it'll say saving failed, can't connect to the server. It doesn't happen all the time, but it is something that happens fairly frequently.
Whoa there, that's not my fault.
Crazy. Some other issues, going back to those shark cards, because shark cards are in the game, the economy and the missions are basically based off of shark card sales. They have toned down the amount of money you can make and how fast you can make money because they want you to buy shark cards. And that's like one of the real unfortunate parts of the game. But honestly, it seems like that's what every freaking game is doing nowadays. So it's not like you can go to another game and escape it, because it seems like every pretty popular game nowadays has some form of microtransactions that, inhibits the game play. You also have a bunch of very tedious things in the game, and I'm not going to list the entirety of them. There's a bunch. I'll list the main ones that you're going to come across. If you're a new player, phone calls. Every freaking minute, if not every 30 seconds, you will get a phone call from an NPC in the game telling you to buy the new business. And because there are so many businesses, you get so many phone calls, and it literally will drive you crazy. Honestly, I had one of my buddies join, and he was like a level 11, so he had nothing. In 10 minutes, he had like 20 phone calls. I don't know. It was a very high number, and he's like, dude, why am I getting all these phone calls? And you cannot turn them off. And it's every time you log into a session, you will get bombarded with all of these phone calls. That's something that I freaking hate. And I know I don't have to deal with it as much because I'm a veteran player and I have everything. But if you're a new player, that's something you're going to have to deal with. Also, things on the phone, like you have to go through your phone pretty much to do a lot of things. To get your vehicles that are blown up, you have to go to the phone. And sometimes you can't just get all of them back. You have to do them individually, which is very tedious. Calling a mechanic is just kind of it worked back in 2013, but in today's day where things just need to be instant, the mechanic is sometimes very annoying to call to get your cars. Cops are another thing that are really annoying in the GTA Online. There are ways around the cops, but for the most part, cops are annoying. It's like anytime you just do something fun, the cops are going to come after you. That's like kind of a meme in GTA. And then the final kind I'll talk about is the fact that Rockstar are very secretive. They will never tell us anything about their upcoming plans, which is very annoying because we just want to know as the community. We want to know what's coming next. And unless there's a leak, or unless, one of the pretty reputable leakers finds something like within the game files or something like that, we don't know what's happening next. And a lot of games nowadays come out with like an upcoming timeline for what they have planned, not Rockstar. So those are a bunch of cons, I know, but let's talk about the pros. Like, what makes GTA so fun, and why are so many people playing it? That's actually one of the pros. Now, there are more players than ever before in GTA Online. So most things, like most of the game modes, will be populated, and that's great. Also, even though they are super secretive, about every 6 months or so, we get a really quality DLC. They usually do one in the summer, which is coming up in a about a month. That's when they usually release it, around July, August, and then they always do one in December. So you're guaranteed 2 DLCs that do last for, I don't know, a month or two, maybe 3 months if they have a bunch of drip-fed content. So you do get quality DLCs, and because there's more players than ever, there's always things that are full. And GTA Online, at the end of the day, is a GTA game, which means it's a sandbox game. You can technically do whatever you want. There are so many things to do in this game, especially if you have friends. I mean, there's just an unlimited amount of things you can do in this game to have fun. But unfortunately, it's like, that's where some of the cons come into place, because a lot of those fun things do require money to buy, and they are kind of expensive. So you are going to have to find a balance between maybe grinding a little bit to get some money to buy some of the things to have fun with. But because there's so many things in the game, pretty much anyone can find something they like and just sort of stick with that. And kind of just branching off the topic, because there are so many things in the game and so many businesses in the game, there's a ton of ways to make money. Again, some are more solo friendly than others, but there are ways to make money. The best ways to make money are the heists, and there's quite a few heists in the game. We have the old heists that have been in the game since 2015, I believe. We have the Doomsday heists, which are very challenging, but they're very fun. And then we have the new casino heist, which is also really fun and makes a lot of money. And that's in addition to import and export vehicles, bike gangs, drug dealing, gun running, smuggling various items in airplanes, getting crates. There are a ton of ways to make money, and I think you can find what you want and sort of stick with it. And honestly, one of the best parts about GTA, I think, is that kind of because it's a sandbox game, it doesn't really demand much of you. Unlike other games where you have to be super focused and you have to pay attention, GTA is not that way. And if you do end up dying, if someone ends up killing you, you're not going to lose anything. It's not like you lose progress with your character. That is, unless you are doing business missions. If you are doing business missions, then people can kill you. You can lose all your business product. But if you're just playing normally and you get killed, nothing changes. You just respawn and that's it. So it is kind of a good game to relax. And because you have freedom to do whatever, you can play this game in short bursts. Like, you know, if you just have 30 minutes or so a day to do something, you can hop on, maybe check one of your businesses, make sure it's all up and running, and then you can get off. It's not like other games where you have to be engaged in it for hours upon hours to do something. Now, I'm not going to decide if GTA Online is worth playing for you. I think you just need to ask yourself what you're looking for in a game. I will leave a link in the video description. It's a video I made a couple of days ago giving new players a couple of tips on what to do when they do start up the game, how to start out with.
I'm telling you, this is legit. Look, congratulations, you have been rewarded. Look at how much money for participating in GTA Online live stream. Stay tuned to Rockstar Newswire for more ways to earn exclusive gifts. See, this is all from the Facebook.
A couple of millions of dollars, which helps. How to get rid of those cops if you don't want to deal with them. So I would check out that if you are looking to get into GTA Online in 2020. But it is definitely a fun game at the end of the day, and I hope to see some of you guys out there in Los Santos. That's going to do it for this video. Thank you all for watching. Please drop the video a like. I've noticed an influx of new players to GTA Online over the last couple of weeks. I've seen a lot of lower level players, and in this video, I hope to help some of you guys out. I don't know if this is necessarily the top 5 things all new players should know, but it's definitely 5 things that are very, very, very helpful. These first 2 are real easy ways to make money. If you're a lower level player, the first thing you're trying to do is make money, because you want to get all the things that everyone else has. You want the oppressor apartment, you want the CEO building, you want the high-end apartment, but you need to make money, and it's hard to make money at those lower levels if you don't have a bunch of friends to help you out. Two very, very simple ways to do this, to make money, is to complete the daily objectives and also doing the 2 social club challenges. I'll start with the daily objectives first. The daily objectives, there are 3 you get per day, and they vary in how difficult they are. Some of them just require a little bit more than others, but for the most part, they're relatively easy. And if you do these daily objectives every single day, you actually get rewards. Now, if you only do them one day, they're not that worth it. It's only like $30,000. If you complete all 3 daily objectives 7 straight days, then I believe you get $250,000. And you also get a bunch of RP as well, which will help you rank up. But the biggest incentive for these daily objectives is to do them for 28 straight days, and you'll actually get close to $1 million for completing them. Now, yeah, that is quite a bit of a commitment. You are going to have to log on every day and complete these 3 objectives, but it is a very, very easy way to make money, and you can start this at level 15, which takes no time to reach. The second way of making money is by doing the 2 social club challenges. If you simply just link up your Xbox or your PlayStation or your Steam account to social club and you have everything connected, you will receive these messages from 2 people. You will receive 2 emails on your phone. It's the top left icon. One will be from Maud, and the other one is a treasure. And if you complete these, which they don't take very long to do, they're very easy to do. I believe you get these at level 1 as well, so you can do them right off the bat. Each one actually nets $250,000. So that's $500,000 right off the bat that you can get pretty much in an hour's worth of time. Like I said, they're not that hard. They just require you to sort of travel around the map a little bit. That's the longest it takes. And you actually get some pretty cool stuff. I believe you get a revolver from one of them, and you get a pretty cool melee stone hatchet weapon from the other. So right off the bat, if you do these daily objectives for 30 days or 28 days, if you do these social club challenges, you can get close to $2 million relatively easy. Now, there's actually technically a third way, and I would highly recommend doing this just because of the bonuses you get. But if you actually link your social, like once you have your social club and your game account linked, if you actually get Twitch Prime and you link that to your social club, you get a lot more bonuses, which help you make a lot more money. To get Twitch Prime, if you have Amazon Prime, most people do. You get Twitch Prime included in that, so you may just want to look up if you have Amazon Prime. Make sure you just link up your Twitch Prime account. If not, I believe I saw recently you can try Twitch Prime for a month for free, and you can just do that, link up all your accounts, get all the free benefits, and then don't actually pay for Twitch Prime, and you'll still keep the benefits you get in the game. Now, the specific benefits, the ones that are happening at the very moment, you get actually $1.25 million if you link your account by June 3rd. So if you're doing this like right as I put this video out, you can get an additional $1-ish million on top of all the other ways to get money. But you also get a bunch of discounts on certain vehicles, usually like 80 to 90% off discounts, so that helps you out if you're a newer player. The biggest benefit though is that you get access to an arcade, and that is going to tremendously help you out when you are playing a new character, because the arcade, they actually give you access to the casino heists, and the casino heists are by far one of the best ways to make money. Now, unfortunately, since you are at a lower level, it's going to be a little more difficult to complete these heists, but if you invite some higher level people, or if you have some friends that are willing to help out, I'm sure you can get it all done. So that's, I guess, technically 3 ways to make money really easily. The third one, the Twitch Prime, that's not as easy, but by getting that free arcade, yes, it's going to be like one of the worst locations, for the arcade, but it's still free. It's something you don't have to worry about. And once you start rolling in the money, then you can move your arcade to wherever you want. And I actually believe just completing the casino missions for the first time, you get an additional $1 million. So right off the bat, at a very low level, you can start with like $3-4-ish million, and that will help tremendously. Now, off the money topic, because I don't want to get too specific, there's a lot
Commander!
of big money, and if you're really trying...
You said comer? Come in! Why are you in the middle of a mission? You really think? I hate when he do this. No.
Hey there. What can I help you with? I take it this isn't purely a social call. Of course not. You're in trouble and you need my help. No problem.
Ethan. 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 Hurry, are you there?
Hurry, are you there? Hurry, are you there?
Mom, how many likes on TikTok to get a Nintendo Switch? Please. 500. Okay.
Yo, you guys got any minis? Nah. Shut the fuck up! Wait, did he?
If you're a gamer and you know what, like the video, if you're a gamer and you know what, like the video, if you're a gamer and you know what, if you really want to show So this is gamer, you know, like this video. If you're a gamer and you know, like.
What's this fucking Fortnite clip?
It's not the fastest way around, but what the advantage of it is it's a car that can fly, and it can go into hover mode. Hover mode on this thing is really good for going out far in the ocean or crossing bodies of water. That's one nice thing.
Are you serious?
Cargo, this would be a good way to
What
pick
the
up the brakes.
hell?
You have to probably press down on this thing in order to get a little lower to try to pick it up, but it is
How
a
did
good
you
way
get
to get
inside my
freight, so
party?
if you're looking to pick up
Huh?
this thing,
How
this
did you
thing
get
is a
in
good-
my party?
Last time when I was trying to look for another party because I was gonna start a stream and I don't want random people to hear me, right?
Mm-hmm.
And as soon as I checked the party, you were the first one there, and it said Lord Omega's party. So I
Yeah,
joined.
I was asleep.
Oh. I joined, and then it said you left. So I'm like,
Yeah, because I was asleep. And then
You were that
I woke
tired?
up and, yeah. I stayed up until 7.
oh my.
And
That's
I stayed
already
for 11
morning.
hours. 11 hours, almost 12. I just needed 15 more minutes to have 12 hours. And that's the longest that I've ever streamed.
How long did you stream? How long did you stream?
11 hours, 45 minutes.
You already beat mine. Cause remember mine was 10 hours.
Mm-hmm.
Brian. I can't wait until I get the Akula. Brian, if you have a bounty, will you be scared of me?
Yeah.
Imagine as soon as you look behind you, you just see me. That would be your nightmare, right? So Brian, how's your day so far?
Good.
Okay.
Not like I barely woke up.
Oh, you just barely woke up?
Yeah, 11 minutes ago.
Oh. Damn, boy.
He thick.
Brian legally answered the question. Right?
Yes, sir.
Wait, Brian, I can purchase an arena workshop.
After 3 more rank matches, I'm gonna get on DJ.
Okay, Brian, should I get it? Should I get the arena war so I can store more cars?
Yeah.
I am. How much would that be though? Sorry.
I wasted almost all my money. I have like 300 something thousand.
I have 668K. I grind, okay, Brian? Just don't offend me, okay? I am so freaking broke. I I am such a broke boy that you don't even know.
It's a literal 1v5. Man, the Montaigne only fights whenever he sees me fighting with other people because he's scared.
Good choice.
Montaigne.
Oh. Brian. If possible, I will get Brian. If possible, I will get the Akula, the Stormberg, and the Deluxo if possible. Brian.
How?
My mom. I told my mom what does second half mean, and my mom said that you know the date, right? You know how it says that GTA Online is gonna be released on the second half of 2021? That means June or July it will come out. Not bad, right? So I have a high chance of getting all those three, right?
Hi, I'm Bryony. We spoke on the phone. Excuse me. Yes? No, Chad. No, I have to work tonight. No, I'm not breaking up with you. What are you, 11? Grow up. Chad, I love you, but this is my career. This is my career. Sorry. I need you to sign this.
So I'm just gonna play 2 more games. This one and another one.
So that just means the show can go on, right? This is the show business. God, if I hear that line one more time. Anyway, this is Arena War. Show business for the selfie generation. Marketed by the baby boomer generation with the testosterone patch of dead browser. Just to search.
The national anthem. The national anthem. It's like a sports event. Patriotism is back. It's like heroin.
Well, it's not a sport. Our tagline is, this isn't sports, this is life and death.
Wow, it's gonna be a sports Sunday. I mean, football, soccer, Olympic,
What the hell?
smashing their brains into a pulp in cars. These people are
Yeah, I'm just gonna play this last one.
Alright.
What about a woman? How about one of those people that does things going
Brian,
sex?
when you get on GTA, you wanna have some fun?
Sure.
Cause I'm tired of doing this stupid heist. I just wanna have fun now. What about you?
Yeah.
Welcome to I'm out. Love the outdoors. Means something's happening. Hey, it's a firewood after all. Hey, ciao, Bella. I gotta go work out.
Don't tell me I'm the only one who keeps getting kicked out of every match and then put back
Film school.
to this.
I went to film school.
Like, it's kind of annoying. Like, let me play the game already. My God. Don't tell me I'm the only one who keeps...
Brian sounds like an
Ladies, I want to see you, bro. Guess who just got gifted every single skin and Fortnite? It just keeps going and going.
Alright, if you want me to show you, follow me right now and share copy link. I'm waiting. Have you clicked the button yet? Have you clicked it?
I don't wanna wear that.
Waiting. Share copy link. Follow. Still waiting.
Alright, here it is.
Guys, this is the secret code. After putting in this code for 24 hours, you'll be gifted every single skin.
Enjoy. Guess who just got gifted every single skin in Fortnite? It just keeps going and going.
Alright, if you want me to show you, follow me right now and share copy link. I'm waiting. Have you clicked the button yet? Have you clicked it? Still waiting. Still waiting. Share copy link. Follow. Still waiting.
Alright, here it is.
Guys, this is the secret code. After putting in this code for 24 hours, you will be gifted every single skin.
Enjoy. Guess who just got gifted every single skin in Fortnite? It just...
Let's see what I see. It's nothing. I'm about to close my application because it freaking froze on me.